Hello everyone and welcome to another game of World of Warships, and today those are my first impressions of the Brandenburg, a new tier 8 German premium battleship. So I got lucky, I got this from a free Twitch Prime gamble crate and I was very pleasantly surprised, I didn't expect that. So yeah. Also, by the way, I'm having a bit of a cold, so you might hear that, I'm sorry about that. Now here I'm on the match on Haven, 4-point domination game. It's a tier 8 battle, which is amazing, and there is no carrier and no sub, so we probably are able to get some brawling done. So I've played this couple of battles yesterday. It's still very much first impressions, I guess, but so far I had some very pleasant experiences with this ship, and my first impressions are very positive. The Brandenburg feels basically like what the Odin should have been, right? So you got, what is it, like 7,000 more hit points than the Odin. You have better armor than the Odin. And you feel that armor, I think. You also have one more turret. Now the reload is slightly worse. You got 3.5 seconds worse reload than in Odin, with the same 305mm guns. But having an entire turret more means you still have better firepower than an Odin. Your secondaries are slightly different. You have the usual secondaries for tier 8 from the caliber wise, right? Like the Odin basically has the more or less the Kurfürst secondaries caliber wise, mind you. So you do need IFHE for the secondaries on the Brandenburg. Same as you would at the tier pits or Bismarck. You're slightly faster than an Odin. I think you have a slightly worse turning circle. And your range is, I think, a few hundred meters less. There's some minor differences here and there. But yeah, it really feels like the Odin's main problem is that it's just too squishy to properly brawl. And it's a brawling battleship that has an issue brawling, and you know, this Lenin has an issue with fish, it looks like. So that was a good start. Now, where was I? Ah yes, the Brandenburg with the additional hit points and additional armor. The Brandenburg is far better at brawling than the Odin, and that's really what this ship is designed about. And you know, the guns are pretty decent. Pretty decent in the sense that you just have so many that some of them will hit. I mean, you're still a German battleship, right? So, oh, there is an Akizuki. Yeah, you know, on a further examination, maybe I don't wanna be here, and I'll go forward again. I fully expect this destroyer to try and talk me, but, you know, I should be accelerating fast enough to dodge that. Also some blind shots in there, and you know, I mean, if you just have enough guns, something might hit. So yeah, overall the Brandenburg has been a very pleasant experience in the, I think I played it for roughly 5 battles so far, so I know that's a very small sample size, but that's why I'm calling it first impressions. And so I've talked a lot about how it compares to an Odin. How would it compare to like a tier pits or a Bismarck, I guess? And you know, still too early to say, but I think it might be on par, sort of. Like tier pits would still have a lot more hit points, so tier pits would be more tanky in that sense. But having all of the additional guns can make the experience a lot less frustrating, by the way, because, you know, if you just saturate the enemy with shells... I'm tripping over my own tongue here. If you just saturate everyone with shells, then, you know, some of them might actually hit, which makes it a lot less frustrating experience. So I got a good Salwini Nagato and I'm turning away. This means that my rear guns will have to turn a lot there. I'm just using my rear guns on somebody else. But the thing is, I need to angle against the torpedoes from the Nuremberg, and ideally, I would like my secondaries on both sides to shoot, which they currently are doing. Also getting torps off on both sides, because why the hell not? I'm slowing down here trying to juke the Nuremberg, and I'm not quite successful. I'm gonna eat one, and it's gonna hurt. So yeah, your hit points are still a bit low for a tier 8 battleship, but at least, you know, you have some pretty decent armor. So that helps. And well, my secondary just got the Nuremberg. Now let's finish off the Algerie. And that's double strike. So there is also a Confederate, and the Nuremberg somehow also was a devastating strike, so I take that. Now the problem I'm having now is that I'm sort of broadside to the Heinrich, I'm getting spammed by an Akisuki, I'm charging towards the tier pits. I could try to turn away, I could make a left here, right? If I make it behind this island before the tier pits hits me, I could potentially get away with it. I'm also getting bombed by Harlem. But, you know, we are winning this pretty nicely. I just continue my charge and I'll see if I can get into torpedo range of the tier pits. Now, one advantage of a new ship is always a lot of people might not know that the Brandenburg has torpedoes. I mean, with a lot of the, like the new German line has also torpedoes, so these days, I guess if you see a new German ship that you don't know, you just expect it to have torps. Unfortunately, I don't think my heal will be ready in time, but I have some torps going out there. Try and get off another salvo against Yakisuki. Hey, if I live long enough, I might even be able to get off a salvo of torps against the Harlem. Wouldn't that be fun? Now the Harlem is almost in range. Now this bit of island, I need to launch here because I'm gonna die. And there we go. I'm getting some torps into the tier pits. This gives me the high caliber. And that's another medal for my collection. So tier pits is going down, not by me, but you know, now we just have to wait and see if I can talk this hard. I need him, I think, to go a little bit more forward. I couldn't get off the proper launch because the island was a bit in the way. And I was a little bit, it was a bit time critical because we all knew I'd gonna sink it. Ah, those torps missed. Well, anyway, that was a good game. Let's jump to the results. So, that was a pretty good game. Keep in mind it was top tier, obviously with no carrier and no subs. But I've played some more battles in this ship, and even if it was lower tier, it held up pretty well so far. Keep in mind those are first impressions, but so far the Brandenburg is a decent ship, and it might hold up to something like a tier pits. It's basically the Odin that should have been, right? So, yeah. I'm very pleasantly surprised by this ship. I enjoyed it a lot and I'm going to play it some more. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and I'll see you next time.